Thank you very much for coming along tonight. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Nicola and Ruby Summer. It's their business, as you may or may not understand. They've been very good supporters of the club over the years and always open their business to help us out in these sort of occasions. So thank you very much. I will ask them to have a quick word to us a little bit later about what's been going on here.
Well, good day.
Evening all. Glad to see you tonight.
Yeah, a little late.
Come in. You want to grab yourself a beer or something? Sitting up over there. Just so you're aware, this evening I am live streaming this to Facebook on my phone here. So basically, it's just this component of it. I am recording it over there on the other camera, so I'll then put it together later to give a more comprehensive archive of it when it's all done. But, yeah, so we're going live. So good evening everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in, watching. Apologies. I have a couple of apologies here. Phil and Cheryl Sanderson, new members moved up recently from New South Wales. They're feeling a bit off colour, and again, we're all hypersensitive to health issues at the moment, as is Alex Irvine. He's really looking after his health. He's in not the best of shape at the moment, so he couldn't make it. Is there any other apologies from the floor for anyone? No? Sure. Fantastic. Okay, the minutes for the last meeting from Brisbane BMW were circulated today. Can I ask anyone to accept that they... Yep, thank you. Go ahead. Seconder, Larry, thank you. Okay. I notice we've got some new faces here tonight. May I ask you to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself, your car and your interest in BMWs.
Hi, my name's Casey. I got my BMW about 3 years ago. It's a E34 5355i. I've just been non-stop working on it, got on the road a couple of months back, and just been loving it, and just want to join the community in loving BMWs and appreciating BMWs. I work every day and then jump in the car and it just takes my mind away, stress is gone, just love driving it. Sounds like a true enthusiast.
Well done, mate.
Welcome. That's fantastic. Anyone else? Oh, Paul.
Paul, new to BMW, bought a Z4, 2019 Z4. I've only had it about 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know much about BMW. I'm from an Audi.
At least you've seen the light.
Yes, yeah, all new to all of this, so never had a convertible, never had a Beamer, so I'm looking forward to enjoying it.
Still have to wonder where it will take and one is going to go.
Is that it? Anyone else?
I was here at the beginning of the last meeting, but you obviously would have been doing the rest of it, so I'm better now. I'm actually vulnerable, not that kind of thing. Well, you get the story. I had an M2 comp. I had an M2 comp for 2 years, and then traded in for an AMG A45, the new one, which lasted a month, and I traded it right back in, and then bought the E34. And I've been tinkering with it since then.
What's your name?
Dylan.
Open it well. Thank you. Okay. Okay, business arising from the last month's meeting. One of the interesting approaches we had at last month's meeting was from one of our long-term members, Malcolm Douglas. Malcolm is very much involved in motorsport, and he approached the club, and he and a group of his motor racing buddies would like to start a BMW make racing series. So they approached us and asked if the club would look at helping them out with their organisation and that sort of thing. So since then, I've had a meeting with Malcolm, and he's had a group of guys, and they've got a lot of interest from various BMW race car owners to start their own race series. So, very early stage, we don't know what it's going to look like, if or when it might happen, but it's one of those things that apparently in the motor racing world, and I'm not up on it, but there seems to be a lot of trouble with guys with newer cars, with turbocharged cars, being able to qualify into a particular series, into a particular race series. So all these guys with their new other cars, M2s and turbocharged cars, could not, if they wanted to, go and compete with the other cars. So basically what they decided to do is make their own BMW race series, which will be part of the other racing that they're involved with. But say, for example, when there's a meeting at Lakeside or QR, they might have two 15-minute races just for BMWs. So the club is looking at doing that sort of thing. Basically what we would do would be help them with their infrastructure, with their administration. We've got an amazing administration system called Wild Apricot that runs our website, monitors all our contacts, does all the accounts, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of that work is made very easy and it's expandable. So with these guys, they're talking about 50 people joining the club. But, so we could just add them to a special group, a special section, they've got their own emails, all that sort of stuff. So it would be very simple. But basically what I love about it is that a club member has come to us and said, this is what we'd like to do, can you help out? And the club is all about, to my mind, is about people using the club for what they want to do. And if we can help, that's right. So, as I said, very early stages, and we're talking to people and trying to figure out how we might be able to help them if we can. They've even got people who are willing to put money into it to sponsor it, so there's not even going to be any drain on our very meagre financial resources, because they all understand the cost of motorsport, so they don't expect the club to pick up any of those costs. So if it's just administration and support, I think it'd be a fantastic thing to be able to do. Moving on from the last minutes, we're getting new flags and banners printed and made. Well, sorry, we haven't started having to yet because we're still in the design phase. Russell Dean from Hype Creation, the gentleman who looks after our website, or has created our website, has some graphic artists come up with various new designs for club flags and banners and things. We had some water damage to our marquee that we take places, so we've taken the opportunity to have that remade and redesigned along the way. Okay, thank you. Can I call on John Tate, the holder of the purse strings? A brief report, Mr. Tate.
We have money.
Well done.
60,000 at the moment, but we do have some heavy balls coming. But net condition we don't look like there. That's if we take those into account. So it's all looking very healthy. And the opposition is up for grabs.
Yes.
Never having another election, John. You're in very
Right. Okay, and Leanne, your turn. Oops, sorry. Here we go.
This is our secretary.
Yes.
The AGM, we are able to start looking at organising something. So we've been looking ahead. We're proposing that we're going to hold it the first week of October, either on the Thursday or the Friday night. We haven't confirmed the venue as yet, so that will sort of have a little bit of influence on what actual night it is. Once we have that defined, we'll make formal announcement and we'll do the due process, sending out the notification and everything so that we can get that over and done with. It had been delayed with the blessing of Office of Fair Trade, knowing that with COVID and everything, obviously getting together in a group wasn't the best. But what we do want to do is we're mindful, we do want to get this over and complete as part of the process. And we have our accounts from last year, they've been audited. The AGM has to take place before we can then do the renewal of the club's registration. So that's the process, just in case anyone was curious as to how and why the delay has been there. But, it's all seeming to hopefully come into more of a workable situation, so we'll be letting people know how that goes. So that's basically all as under the secretary side. Has anyone got any sort of clarifications you need along those lines? All good? All nice and all good? Social report. 2nd of August there was an M-Register observation run and there was quite a few people attending for that, so Gary and others were in charge of that end of it. But the actual drive finished up at the South Pine Dam, where there's a very good area for parking. It had plenty of covered area. Sue went out there and snaffled quite a few tables. We had it all catered for, so we had kebabs, and we had sausages, and we had bread rolls and all other bits and pieces. So when everyone turned up, they were all feeling a bit peckish. And I'm happy to say that there wasn't very much left of the food itself. But as usual, everyone gets in. Vic and Dennis, there were a couple of others of us, and we all threw it all on the barbie and sorted it all out, and everyone lined up and got the grub and had a yeah. It was actually, and the weather was really good too. It was very nice. There was no, there was no wind. It wasn't overly hot or anything. It was just very pleasant and a really good end to quite an enjoyable.
It was a great run, so thank you everyone who came along and helped and enjoyed it, and it was good fun.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more detail to do with the actual drive than that later. Of course, with the way the circumstances are and everything with COVID and people being understandably a little bit hesitant, wanting to go places or have groups and that, we're still wanting to try and get some things going for the club. I've been given more detail for a movie night that we can do. I'm going to be looking into maybe a joint venture with BMW. Last time I spoke to Anthony, he was very keen to do something with the club. So the scenario is that we can go to one of the event cinemas. We can look at getting one of the larger maxi cinemas. They take about 400 people, but with the social restrictions at the moment, they can take about 270, which then allows them to do the social distancing. So if people come along, there's 4 people, they register as a group, they'll sit in their 4 seats, and then there'll be a seat vacant with the option of another $10 for a drink and popcorn, but we could have the ability of expanding or offering other nibbles and that on the night. So that's all sort of the possibilities are there. Nothing's set in stone yet, but the movie that we're looking at having access to is the Drop movie. So, Rock?
Rock.
Yes.
Peter Brock.
Peter Rock? And in some ways, you know, it's a little bit appropriate because he did have a career of his racing career with BMW, so it's sort of along the theme. Apparently it's a good movie. I haven't seen many trailers of that car.
I went and saw it just recently. My wife Sue works for a post-production company called Post Lounge, and they were involved in the post-production of the movie. So the producers had a night here in over Cooper, held a show on it, and it was really good. It's a great piece. So yeah, it's well worth it. I'd love to go and see it again. So yeah.
So that's a great. And we're looking at probably Westfield Chermside for big cinemas there. It's good for parking. It's a good venue. Pardon? Well, that's yet to be decided. What we have to do is first get the availability of the theatre. But we would like to do it. And that was one of the things I was going to ask. Would people be happy to go on Saturday night or Sunday afternoon, preferably on the weekend? Sunday afternoon was what we did last time, and that worked really well. So if we sort of look at it along the same lines, that would be good. So, okay. Okay, I'll note note of that. The other thing with drives and everything, we're looking at the drive coordinators. They're going to organise another drive, probably out near Menango. So we thought, not Menango?
Not next one, no.
No, I'm not saying next one. But what we will do is one drive will go out in that direction, and we maybe look at finishing up at the go-karts at Menango. So people can have a bit of a session there. I'm yet to find out whether they've got like barbecue facilities or anything like that. So, and of course we have to book that. Like I said, everything's up in the air. We'll see what we can do. If we can do it, great. If we have to work around it, well, so be it. But it is something that we are still trying to forward project, that these are some of the activities that we'd like to put through the social report. So, or the social. So, we're not backing into looking at coffee nights or anything as yet. Sometimes you've got to book ahead and you've got to allocate tables. But,
6 years then, probably right.
yep, that's fine. That's good.
No, get wine.
It was a coffee night. So that's basically, so if anyone else has any other ideas or options that you might think is a good thing for the club, will come to me, come to any of the committee, and we'll see what we can sort of fit in. At the moment, we're just trying to fill the calendar.
The whole end of the year is a little bit up in the air because we haven't had the show of excellence. So the gala dinner we normally hold is to celebrate the winners of the show of excellence. So that gala dinner is a little bit in doubt as to what we're going to do. So what we might do is have a combined sort of a gala dinner Christmas party this year. We're also thinking about what to do about the show of excellence, and I'll let John Fanning talk to us about that in a little while to see if we've got any ideas solidified. We still like to do something, but again, it's one of those things of what do you plan, how far do you plan ahead. So we're just being a little bit cautious. So please stay with us. We'll make stuff happen. We want to get out and do it because what happens is that it seems that a lot of events that we do hold are quite well subscribed. I think Dennis is getting some good response at the moment with all his motorsport activity. So people want to get out and do it. So let's do what we can. sorry.
Yep, that's fine. That's about all for me.
Okay.
Sitting there
All right.
for
John Fairman, membership report. I did a quick look at numbers today, 377, according to...
Are you doing a report or am I doing a report?
No, just in case you... Yeah.
Okay, yes, membership
Can
report.
you come over
Member-
and...
We are
around
currently
this
at 373, I believe. As of tonight, when I look, unless you've got different numbers. We have 17 unassigned. It takes us to about 393 or something all up. Those ones that are unassigned will get done at the end of the month when everything rolls over again. So our membership is on the increase again. We did touch just over 400 pre-COVID, and to be expected, a lot of people have dropped out because the club hasn't been very active through obvious reasons. But yeah, but we're going the right way again, which is great, you know. So that sort of tells us that we're on the right track. So there was a bunch of membership cards went out last week or sometime. If you haven't got a membership card and you think you should have, please let me know and I'll look into that. That's about all for membership. So the new members will get cards in about 3 weeks, roughly 4 weeks. So if anybody's got any questions about any of that, I'm happy to answer those. No?
Dylan?
No, I don't have questions. You haven't got one yet? Okay, well, you could be in the print run that's sitting on the desk at the moment, waiting to go out. So, yeah, they get done in a series of about a month at a time. Yeah. What's that?
I said you're a busy man, John.
I'm a busy man, mate, yeah. You don't pay me enough to work any harder. No, I'm always open to I'm always open to bribes. So, show of excellence. I have been having discussions with the venue, which at the moment is waiting to hear back from. And the venue that I'm currently discussing it with is Surrey Winery. We had a committee meeting and it was brought up that do we just have our own show of excellence or do we upscale it and invite other clubs along and make it try and make it a big day like a motor festival, probably not as big but something similar. It's all going to take a lot of planning and a lot of logistics, but yeah, it's in the planning stage at the moment. So, yeah, watch this space. The registers, I might as well get it all open while I'm here. The registers, the only active registers at the moment seem to be the M register, which had a run, and thank you very much, Larry Kirk, for the coffee night. So to anybody that has a 6 series, watch out for those coffee nights. Larry will be organising another one, probably in East Brisbane, somewhere.
It's happening as we speak.
Next time, there you go. Also, as a pop-up event, which is yet to be posted, probably about the next 4 weeks, will be Mike Walsh Run. Now, that's the Mike Walsh Run is for what's the matter?
For the 13th.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I word that. So, Mike Walsh Run is in commemoration of a fellow of ours who didn't make it on one of his runs, as we all know. So it's for 6 series cars will take the lead. However, everybody else is invited. So the only thing is we ask you to stay on the 6s. Try and keep up. So that's where we are at the moment, and I'll be speaking to Larry about the 6, about my boss run a little later. Yeah, that's about where we're up to at the moment. So it's the question. It depends how huge we can go at the moment, though. That's the problem. Some of the places don't want to go huge. You know, some will, some don't. So, yeah, I'm hoping to have something back later in the week or something. Mount Cotton is centre. It's bloody really centre. It's right next door. There's a problem with using a lot of council parks now that they won't allow cars on the grass in a lot of council parks now. Whereas the private properties
It's a great venue, you know, there's plenty of parking, there's plenty of room.
How far is it from Ilford?
About 400 metres. Anyway, seeing as how I've got a 6, the old joke will come up and push it there, you know, then you go right. But yeah, that's about where we are. So I must also say on the M run, thank you very much to Gary. In a wild moment of stupidity, he allowed me to drive his new car on that run, and I must say thank you very much. I looked after it very carefully. And it goes like stink all the way.
You'll get the photo in the mail to prove it shortly.
Yeah, I think I'll have one there. But yeah, if you want to say much, right?
Just while you're there, we were just talking about, just one sec, Larry, sorry. We're just talking about things about the club registration. You know, we're getting a lot of people after club registration. And at a committee meeting, we thought that coming up the next AGM, what we're thinking of doing is splitting that chore off to the club captain, so that membership looks after all the membership stuff, and club captain can look after the club regos. Now, you would think that the membership officer is probably the best person to do it, but the system that we have, the Wild Apricot, is so easy that anyone can use it, anyone can access all that detail about all the membership, all that sort of stuff, and find out all that information. So the administration side of it isn't difficult to that extent. What it is just the volume. We're getting lots and lots of people asking for Club Rego, and it's a process. You've got to go through it and do it and respond and answer and back and forward and that sort of thing. So that mounted on top of the membership stuff, we found has been a bit of a struggle. So we're going to propose that at the AGM that we split those roles and we have the separate club captain and membership. The problem at the moment is that John is both the membership officer and the club captain.
Yeah.
So if we split the role,
and there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you run a busy lifestyle, what have you. Yeah, it's different if you don't go to work or something, but when you do,
Yeah.
Does everybody understand what we mean by club rego? For the new people,
concessional registration for your car.
If you've got a car over 30 years old,
Yeah.
you can get a concessional rego and it's only about $200 instead of $50. However, you can only specifically use it for club matters and other specific things. You can't use it for day. But yeah, that's the cost of that.
Okay. Mr. Pepper, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. JT, drive report?
I'll let you
Oh, sorry, Larry. Sorry. Larry.
Next 6 Series Coffee Night will be on the Wednesday the 16th of next month. It will be at Cafe 63 in Stanley Street, East Brisbane. There'll be an official announcement.
Right.
I'm announcing it now because we just organised it now.
But we knew it was coming.
That's the way we work.
Yeah.
So the 16th will be an official one I'll send to you, Gary.
Yep. And we'll put it up on the
Put it up the same as last time.
on the calendar and that sort of thing. So, yes. For the new members, you may not understand, but we do have a number of what we refer to as registers. So there's specific interest groups. There's 6 Series register, the M register, there's E36 and E30 register. So basically, they're just groups of people who have specific cars, specific interests. They get together to do their own stuff and involve the club as well. But it really is for those specific interest groups. So anyone who wants to start a register, by all means, it's your club. But it means some work, and the people who step up and look after those registers, make that sort of thing happen. So, by all means.
I don't think you're barred from attending other registers though.
Every club event is open to every club.
We just organise an event, everyone's invited.
Everyone's invited, but it's hosted by that particular register. So if it was a 6 Series guys, then they always lead the way, they're the front cars, and everybody else would basically leave last.
As they should.
Yeah, but everybody is welcome, so you know, it's not something that we frown about.
We want to make sure that there's no exclusivity about
We understand that everybody can't drive a 6, so you know, it's just the way it is.
I thought you'd finished.
I have finished, but I like to talk sometimes.
So, have the 6 Series people finished? You happy?
We are in the majority here, you know.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, please, John Tosh.
I'll let you talk about the M-Run since I wasn't there.
Okay. Yeah, so M-Run, pretty straightforward. M-Run and observation run. The idea of having an observation run, I thought a bit of fun. It creates an interesting dynamic between the passenger driver, finding stuff along the way, and what I also love about it is those couple of little challenges where I asked people to stop at a certain point and send selfies of themselves back to us. So that's always great to see, people being a bit creative with themselves and the cars and that sort of thing. I was really, really pleased to see how many people did so well with the questions or answers rather on the observation run. Even to the extent where one of the questions was about the bridge crossing, and there was what can't you do on the bridge, and it was no fishing on the bridge. So we gave extra points if you drew the sign. So you imagine driving past the sign, oh, what's that? And there's people sitting in the car drawing these signs. So many people did it. It was fantastic. And Terry on the community wrapper, look, a little bit of silliness, but I do have a bit of a bone to pick because one of the major prize for the observation run was a model M5. Now, I gave my M5 to John Fanning to compete. And he didn't win. Even when I was scoring. Oh, John.
You didn't like the photo, that was the trouble.
You couldn't even take a photo of it either.
Right. Yes, but obviously the car was going too fast to be observable, wasn't it?
Well, there's something for photos.
Yeah, anyway, so no, the observation run was great. Thank you very much for everyone who pitched in for the barbecue at the end of the day. It was a lovely day, fantastic outing, so thank you. JT, the run to the north planned for Sunday the 13th of September?
Yeah, I did send something out to everybody about that,
Yep.
but I got no feedback, so I've made a decision on that. There's, I planned a drive up to the Maloney area on the 13th. It's about the only weekend that fits because of school holidays and clashes with motorsport, etc., etc. That's about a 3-hour drive with a pit stop, and it takes in a lot of back roads, so there's a bit of everything for everyone. The end point is either BYO, picnic barbecue at the Baroon Public Dam, or if you aren't in the mood for that, you can just zoom into mine and find a cafe or coffee shop or whatever of your choice. So I just wanted to run that on Monday, and if it works out, I'll set it to live on Monday.
Sounds good.
So it is already in the on the website in advance, but you can't register yet.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Registers report we've done. Advertising, sponsorship, that's something that Russell Dean and I are constantly working on. We had an approach from club members who were hoping to support the club and take on the platinum sponsor role. We just haven't sorted out exactly what that is going to look like, what they get for it, how much it's going to cost, that sort of thing. So it's just a work in progress. Editor's report, that's me. Looking for material. Anyone who's got anything that they would like to put in.
I've got a great photo of your car on the run.
Thank you very much. That, I wonder if that might be the cover of the next magazine.
Well, it should be.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. But I've just got to be careful because the princess may get very jealous. Yes. Anyway. Yeah, so if anyone's on the event, that sort of thing, please send me some photos so I can get something out there. Dennis, speaking of events, I think you...
I'm not leaving.
You had an event last night?
Oh, we've had several before too. I'll backtrack before that one. I'll come up with this.
Join us up the front here.
It's been... Is that enough?
No.
It's been a bit of motorsport and a lot more coming up. For a few weeks now, we were up in Warwick with the Porsche Club. It was a double header event. The Saturday was the round of the Club Challenge. I do have to admit that I haven't actually looked at where the points worked out for that. I've been tied up with a few other things. But we had 5 of our people there on the Saturday participating in the Club Challenge. And then the Sunday was a separate event still with the Porsche Club. That was just us and the Porsche Club, there were no other clubs there. And that was the first round of our new Porsche BMW Cup or Club Challenge Cup. I had a trophy made up for the event. I haven't got suitably engraved systems yet, but it's come up rather nice. So that's our new challenge trophy for us and the Porsche Club. We had 7 of our people there on the Sunday representing us. There was 50 in total and some serious Porsches there, of course. So we decided to try and work something on a straight out of time. This would be pointless because the Porsches were going to walk around us. And dare I say, all the 7 of our guys that were there had never been in Morgan Park before, and almost all of them, maybe 3, had never driven on track before. So congratulations to those guys for coming out and actually having a go. And I started thinking about ways that we could score it that might work out fairer. And I went back to the formula they used for the Cairns Challenge now, the Motorsport Australia Challenge at Mount Cotton last year, where they took the difference between your 2 fastest laps in time, so it's only fractions of seconds, and added those together with your team to create a number and lower number was a winner. So more of a consistency type of scoring than straight out speed. So we've expanded on that, and what we came up with at the time was we would take the difference between your 5 best laps from the 5 best people in each team. So that was the plan. Unfortunately, all the results that came from mine actually, which does the story, Morgan Park, they only gave the fastest lap for each person in each run. Didn't use all of them. So I rejigged it and worked it using that, and it still ended up, of course, in the Porsche guy's favour, but we ended up with a reasonable showing. So taking the difference between your fastest lap and your second fastest lap, fastest and third fastest, etc. Porsche guys we ended up with a score of 20.13 seconds, or 123 seconds for the day. That was a total score for the 5 people that were there as the plan. And the Porsche guys ended up with a score of 8.13. Well, that's basically it, but instead, there's no pre-nominating or anything, we just worked along what the times were and make it easier. So it was consistency event, I'd say would be the way to call it. So the Porsche Club guys won it on the day, of course, so congratulations to them. However, I do want to make a comment that one of our guys, Peter Maslow, and he's E36M3 race car, was doing very, very well, and he ended up 12th outright for the day up against some very serious Porsche cars and stuff like that. So congratulations to Pete on that. And when I took in his actual score, being our best, against the Porsche's best score for the day, there was only 0.155 difference between his best score and the Porsche car's best score. So on that particular person, we were then close. And unfortunately, with the numbers, it didn't help. Anyway, so that was the Northern Park event. Moving on from that, last night we had another round of our regularity series at QR and the Lights. The night didn't go well in a lot of ways. There was some dramas in the, they do a happy laps first before the night event, so that people can get used to the lights. There was a few dramas there in the happy laps event, I won't go into it. There was then dramas that the guys didn't get their full 5 laps for their practice, so they got 4 in their practice. So they nominated times. They then discovered that all the timer numbers and stuff that I'd sent them a couple of days before for allocated to everybody, when they put it in the system, they got them made wrong, and they were all about one person out, and most of them were. So all the times that people got were somebody else's time. So we mucked around and tried to sort that out, got that sorted. Next round went okay, everybody got a score, and then the next run, the guy wasn't watching and counting, and about 3/4 of the people only got 4 laps instead of 5 for their time. So all of those people got DNFs, so the whole scoring system went out the window. So it was a bit of a debacle there. So what I decided was, because I had a trophy for the night, little trophy for the best score for the night, and I just decided I'll pick the person who got the best single score for one run. There was 2 people there that were close. Murray's band, who was up at Northern Park as well for the first time ever on track, a 79 I think it was, and James Laker, first time out, managed a 68 I think he got, and the points for his run. So James got the trophy for the night, so congratulations James for that.
So it's the lowest score,
Yeah,
the lowest score is better.
Obviously, it goes on your time difference. With regularities, that type of we do there, you go out and do a practice, then you nominate a time that you want to drive to the rest of the night and drive as close as possible to that time. So it's not about going fast, it's about being consistent. And for every 1/10 of a second that you're slower than that time, you get a point, which is nominated, and for every 1/10 of a second you're over that time that you're nominated, you get 2 points. So 1 second faster, you get 20 points. 1 second slower than the nominated time, you get 10 points. So it's pretty easy to start racking up huge points. So to get the first time out and not done it, get 68 and 78 points is pretty good on five laps. So congratulations to them. It's a way of coming out and enjoying the track at a slower pace. It still takes a lot of skill to try and get those scores nice and accurate, without having to drive at a full pace. So that was the regularity. Moving on from that, our next full sprint day is at Lakeside on the 15th, I think it is. Friday, I think it's Friday the 15th of September. That's our own day, it's a full day at Lakeside. The same was last night. We had 20 days of spaces available. We actually had that sold out quite early, which was fantastic. We've never sold one of those out with good numbers. We did lose one close to the day, which I didn't manage to replace, but we still had 9 people for the night, which is terrific. The track day, as I said, we've got about 15 at the moment, maybe more, I haven't looked today. That's our own sprint, so if you haven't driven on track before, we run our own sprint events. They're on the Friday because they're cheaper. We can't do in-car instructing anymore, but what we have got the next best thing is get one of our experienced drivers, often Simon Harris, who's done tens of thousands of laps around there, come out and walk the track, show you all the best places to all your aim points, your braking points, where you should be driving, where you shouldn't be driving. If it's Simon, we'll usually tell you that too, and just guide you through walking the track before the event. Plus they're there on the day, not just in, but any of our other experienced drivers that will always ask questions, answer questions, and we tell people ask questions because it's the only way you can learn. So it's a full track day, $205 for a whole day on both sides. Last time we were there for the 2 half-day events, the split the code numbers where we ended up 19. We had one guy got 73 laps in half a day. He had to quit because he'd run out of fuel. Another couple got 65, 66 laps. So the full day you will get those sort of time. You'll get 50 laps for your 205 laps. It's the cheapest place we can get in there. So have a look at the website, come out and do those. Ask questions if you want, give me a call. Also got one ski pan session now coming up at Mount Cotton on the 5th of September, Saturday morning on the 5th of September. There is one space still available for that. That's a great way to learn car control and how to handle your car in a good fun way. The ski pan is wet. It's actually got some a bit of breeze on as well, so it's very slippery. Gary's going to come out and find out how slippery the M5 actually is. They're great, as I said, a great fun thing. It's all at high speed, it doesn't hurt your car, you only need a wash. Yeah. And it's a great way, as I said, just learn car control and how your car handles. And what happens then, if it is going to get out of control on the road and you hit a patch of oil, you're not going to panic, you know what to do. So there's one space left. Hopefully some here tonight or yesterday will come and take that. I spoke to QR last night. I did have another night regularity planned for October, but I've just changed that one now and we're going to do it. There's one on the 4th of October, Sunday afternoon, I'll do the last year because I'll let you know. So that'll be up on the website shortly. Each of those will coming up and there's more after that. So, and then next year, maybe the racing series. Just to clarify, anybody that may not know, as far as normal club motorsport, we don't do racing as such with our street days. They are a street open for all cars, either race cars, road cars, non-BMWs, people who aren't BMW members are also welcome to their days. There's a bit of an extra charge if you're not a member. They're not racing. Racing, I suppose, the only way you call it is door-handed to door-handed racing. That's a separate thing that's being looked at now. So, because I did have some people mention that to me last night, that's what they thought we did with the streets is racing. And we definitely don't do that, so we're not going to put the $200,000 BMW at risk of having somebody done door-handed to different tables. Has anybody got any questions? Right. See you all next week.
Thank you. Thanks. It's great to see what sort of support that we're getting with motorsport and new people too.
Yeah, actually I meant to mention that. Most of the people that we've had entering are all new people, new to the club and first timers to the track, and that's really encouraging. And dare I say too, they're listening to what's being said and responding to it. The guys up there at Malvern Park, none of them have been there before, and I sort of gave pointers and a few things that a few others did, and they all listened, everybody did all the right things, and everybody went home with an ice cream on the boat. And that's what we're about, and we're after people trying to break that records, do that to another thing. Well, when we were there, that was it. But we used to go up there.
I know, but it's Cam's track now.
Yeah, no, that is the problem.
Maybe we can do, I mean, that'd be great.
Unfortunately, they won't. It's either Cairns or WA, so go to Regent Park. You know, we don't have the numbers to do an event up there on our own. That's why we're putting back with the Porsche Club up there. It's just we used to be able to.
Was the Alpha Club there on the Ninja Club day?
They were there. There was a couple of people there with Alphas on the Saturday, and there was guys from the 86, a lot of 86 guys, and a few others.
What about are they those clubs going to organise those and buy us along?
They don't. The way because it was an interclub around, and the way the interclub works is the particular clubs that do particular types of events are doing those, and the only ones that actually do street events is us and the Porsche Club.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 86 Club do them as well, but they only do
I thought the
those.
Alpha Club did. Good call, Gary.
So the others are doing. There's an observation one. The Holdensport Car Club does the Chana Crosses and Motor Chanas. Lotus, we're organising the McLean's Bridge car show. Lotus also does the short course streets at Lakeside and the playing circuit later in Asia. So every club's got their little niche that they do, and it's just us and the Porsche Club that really do streets.
No worries. Great. Thank you. We normally have Alex talk to us about merchandise. Apologies he can't be here, but we're going to try and organise, we haven't had for quite some time, new polo shirts, club polo shirts. So, stay tuned for that. Correspondence, Leanne, anything on your desk? Just a couple of club magazines, Jag Club and Top Mark from Victoria. So, I'd like to have a look at those. Help yourself. National delegates report, Nationals, nothing to report on that front. Obviously, interstate, down south, everything's very, 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 very quiet down there. So I think we're pretty fortunate up here. General business.
Clarify, sorry Gary, I was just saying, can you just clarify? There was a mention that there wasn't going to be nationals next year, is that correct?
The latest on it is that there is not going to be a nationals next year in Canberra. The whole COVID situation, tentative, trying to plan ahead to early next year. We're just not too sure that it's a wise thing to do, to commit to such a big event early next year. So the current thinking is to postpone it for 12 months. But there are still talks. So it hasn't been officially announced yet that it is canned, but it's looking like that at the moment. General business. One of the big things obviously is, as we touched on before, is the AGM. As Leanne said, we're planning to have it early October and at the second Friday of the month, our normal meeting time. The venue is still to be decided. There are going to be a number of positions that become available, and we're definitely in need of some new committee members. So please, anyone who has any time and thoughts of being able to support the club in those various roles, definitely John Tate standing down from the treasurer's position rather, and John was kind enough to take on the drive coordinator's role as well. So both of those roles will need to be filled. John Fairman has also put up on offer the roles of membership, club captain, and register if, but he said that he will maintain some of those roles if no one takes them on, but would like to make sure that they are available for people to use if someone wants to take them on. So if you know anyone or if you're interested yourself, talk to us, please. Show of excellence, we've talked about that. Thank you, John. I'd just like to mention that we've had some issues just recently with Facebook posts. One of the ideas of our Facebook group is to promote what we do and who we promote. And we've got some special relationships with some of our supporters, i.e. some Carpet. And when people start putting links to other businesses on our Facebook page that are not sponsors, the recommendations are okay, but we will not put up with people putting links to other companies' businesses on our Facebook page. So we've been reasonably lenient, but it's got to the stage now where it's starting to cause some angst. So it's going to, we're going to toughen up on it. If you start doing that, it says on our Facebook page, don't post links to companies. By all means, anecdotal references, recommendations from your personal experiences. Yeah, Facebook's all about that. But don't start using it to advertise companies that don't support us. So, any of that sort of stuff, post it on. Okay? We just, we spend so much time on Facebook, as if we don't have enough to do. We've got to be social police as well. So, yeah. Okay. Membership. Also, I just make note that there was a system where people had automatic payments every 12 months to renew their membership. But then I cancel their membership, but they leave the automatic payments going through PayPal or whatever. And so much mucking around to try and refund those payments and that sort of thing. So if you've got automatic payments happening and you decide that you want to leave the club, please make sure that you get rid of those, cancel those automatic payments so we don't have to chase you, you contact us, we have to refund it, and then it happens again and people get the dirts with it. And so, anyway.
Just on that too, if you've got a subscription payment through PayPal for your membership, please make sure that it does not also include the joining fee, because a lot of people are taking these out when they join, and then every year they're paying the joining fee again, and that has to be refunded. And all I can do from the treasurer's end is cancel your subscription. And when I do that, a lot of people don't renew because they can't be bothered, or they never take any notice of the emails that go out. So please be careful of that. I've been going through them for the last 2 years, and I think I've captured them all now. But if you do start a subscription, which I advise you not to do, just make sure it doesn't include any extraneous fees. A subscription.
Okay, thank you. All right, could I take a few moments, Ludi and Nicola, would you like to both come up here and tell us briefly about what's been going on in your world? I know that you've got some interesting things happening. So, as you all are very aware, we've got a couple of very wonderful supporters to the club. So there's been a bit of a push into the BMW world with your servicing. What's been going on?
So, in the next couple of years, all of us workshops are going to have to narrow down what we are servicing with the expense of, we will be able to get more information from BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi, and that's going to cost us money. So we're not going to be servicing every European car like we have in the past. So we're going to be picking our models that we want to service, and also that our staff want to service or have the expertise in servicing. So we're sort of already picking, and know that we definitely want to be going down to BMW and we're sort of thinking of keeping it to 3. So we picked up a really good new staff member who was fresh out of the BMW dealership, and he's been working for them for I think 8 years as a diagnostic tech, and he's fantastic. I love him. So he's got a lot of experience on old and new, and he's just like our other 2 boys who we've never been able to find anybody. So it's been really hard for us to find someone of their caliber. We're really happy that we found Josh, who has come up to their standards, which is good.
Which is good for BMW owners because obviously that's what we want to do. We don't want to break them, we want to fix them. You break them, so you will fix them. It's really critical to have a tech who is capable of doing in-depth diagnostics and beyond the vehicle into those units.
Yeah, he was sort of the thing in the back corner, stripping the engines and rebuilding anything you want him to rebuild, he can do. So he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, we've gone another stuff on them, and hopefully by the next 12 months we might have another one on, and develop the business going forward in with technology, probably implementing new scan technology, and see how the market swings. We've grown very well, and we hope to still grow for the next years.
COVID's been pretty good to us so far. We had 3 quiet weeks and then we've been back to normal. So we've been affected. So I hope all of you are doing well in your businesses. Pardon?
I'm retired, I'm doing
You're so tired. I'd love to be retired.
May I ask, do you get any or many I-Series cars, the electric cars, in?
No, we're trained, but we're not getting them in.
Right.
We're doing a new website which will hopefully launch in a couple of weeks. And I don't know, we've got what the boys' qualifications are on there, so hope to maybe get some myself.
Yeah.
They still seem to be sitting in the dealerships.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Are they much more complicated, or is it a big leap?
It's really dangerous.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
kill you.
Yes. Yeah.
So, not that much more. Josh, who's also our BMW technician, also spent some time at Tesla.
Oh wow.
So all 3 of them have got good electrical knowledge.
Right.
So yeah, if you could spread a bit of that word.
Mhm. Yeah.
And do you have many members?
No. No.
Still a rarity.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a small market, and you'd have to go and break into the materials.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
Mhm.
And we don't have a choice. We haven't had a choice.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 No. Just so that we know that you have that capability, and if we do come across it, because it's all about networking and getting it out there, and that's what I do ask you all to do. If people ask, please let them know about the people who support us. Not only Summer but RX down the other side of town, and the dealers and that sort of thing. So put back, because I'm sure that Nicola and Woody would probably have other things to do on a Friday night than stay in after school in their workshop.
Well, just on a personal note, I've steered my son this way. He's got a couple of BMWs and he's not going anywhere else. So he's been here a couple of times.
We have noticed a return from some of the members when Jordan left us. They're starting to return. again.
Mhm.
So I'm not quite, it might be the distance of more floats. I'm not sure whether we're more handy to them. But no, it's been good. We've been. Thank you very much. So,
I just was over there.
no, we're on a great neighbourhood. This,
No, I've all worked out for them. They're very pleased with Tom and doing all that. So.
yeah, that's good.
It's not in better with having been done with technician like physically like factory trained, so
Yeah.
it will be we will see it within time because we focus on our maintenance side too.
Yeah, we're doing
We
it.
focus on bringing BMWs from the Rochelle to also
Yeah, he's a
Be good.
machine, so we're going to feed him.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you very much.
Oh no, thank you again for hosting us. That's wonderful. Okay. I think that's about it. We've got to the bottom of the list. Yep, there ain't no more. So, has anyone got anything they'd like to talk about, discuss, ideas, gripes, anything?
I don't know if anybody's interested, there's an announcement quite a while ago that Ivan Ty passed away, and his wife Joan passed away recently.
The other thing that I did notice is that I've had a couple of instances where people have been with the club for a while, have not renewed, and it's financial. You know, not all of us are going through good times. So, you know, I'd like to think about possibly talking about supporting those people and giving them, welcoming them back for 12 months with waiving their fees. Because, you know, the club isn't about making money, the club's about people. And it'd be nice to reach out to people and say, hey, you know, come back, don't stay away just because you can't afford the $75 a year or something. So, yeah, I'd like to think about that. Okay. All right, well, thanks very much for coming. Thanks again, Thomas. Perfect. Perfect. We should, we've got some pieces coming, MA. Okay, fantastic. So,
They're starting to get involved. If anybody wants to know what offers to see fine.
okay.
Pardon?
But thank you very much, all. Okay.
I settled on that rate.
I'll just stop this. Give us 1 sec.